is the second live in 2024. These are a series of videos that I'm going to do that are really going to expose a lot of the knowledge that I have about the street, about the industry, about um, what is really going on in 2024 as far as exposure. This channel is called Graceful Exposure, and I'm going to ask you politely that if you watch this channel at least 5 times or more in the last however long you've been watching it, if you watch it at least 5 times, hit the subscribe button. I just want your subscription. I'm asking for it politely. Give it to me. And you won't regret it if you hit the notification bell, because I'm going to do a series of videos 2024 that will expose some things that you guys don't even know that I know, spiritually, and not only spiritually, but just from experience. So just hit it. If you haven't watched it yet, I just did a video. The first one I did was about Tyler Perry, and I'm not done with him. I'm just getting started on him. But I usually don't do about live videos lately, but this is just a time where I have to get some things caught up because it is my job. And that's why the title says Graceful Exposure, because gracefully I have to expose, and I have to leave room for mercy for those that have that room for mercy. But, there is something that says that God will have mercy on whom he wants to. And he will not, the grace will run out. When God gets ready, it will run out. So just without being super, super fragilistic, expialidocious, no, without being super, super critical and spiritual, I want you to listen and learn some things about what's going on. The next video I may do about Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm thinking that's going to be the next one. I got about 4 or 5 videos, and I'm doing back to back lives. And if these back to back lives can't get your subscription, I don't know what will. And even if I don't get your subscription, if you hit that notification bell, you can get these videos whenever you feel like it. Um, I'm just a person that does not get on like a series like the Master's Voice with Celestial, like each and every time. I don't believe that God has us speaking each and every time and each and every day, and then he has that for some people, maybe, but to me, not so much. But right now, this is the mood. How about that? We won't put it on God. We're just going to put it on. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. 2024, I want to let you know some things that you guys may not know spiritually. Maybe I'll get into witchcraft. Maybe I'll get into dreams. Maybe I'll get into what's going on with Ray J. Maybe I'll get into Whitney Houston. Maybe I'll get into the love and hip hop thing, and or maybe I'll get into the Love and Marriage Huntsville and how I literally have information of what happened to the young lady that passed away and who she saw that day. Maybe I'll get into that because I do get information like out of the blue from people, just out of the blue. They may email me, they may talk to me, and people just share stuff with me. And not only that, God shares things with me. But let me get into Diddy. Okay. I think the main point that people missed with Diddy is not just them talking about him being with minors, and all of this is alleged, and this is for educational purposes only and for your learning, your instruction. But it is for your instruction, getting ready for what's to come. And it's not something that I can say is totally 100% correct, because the Bible says we prophesy in part and we know in part, but when that which is perfect is come, that which is in part shall be done away with. So we got to have some people that are going to give us some things that are not tainted with, I need to get the money from YouTube, or I'm doing this because I have to keep that check coming. I'm not doing it for the check. I'm doing it because this is my job to do this graceful exposure. Okay. So back to Diddy. Right now, there's a whole lot of things going on in the media that will have our minds drift away from what actually has been going on with Diddy. There's the Donald Trump shooting, there's the Ray J thing with him back in the media. Someone allegedly said he was on that watch. And there is, of course, the Young Thug trial and Lil Woody and all these things going on that will take our mind and attention. Knowledge is increasing in the earth, and the Bible talks about knowledge increasing in the earth, and it will be so much increasing that the word of God will be hard to find, that it will be like trying to find something in like a needle in a haystack. So I want to be that voice that will just be realistic with you and come to you and meet you right here to let you know things that are naturally things that you can know, and let you know spiritual things that you can know, and intertwine the two so that you guys can stop having all the hype and the clickbait and really get some good information and get some thoughtful thoughts. Okay, so I'm not just here just yapping off at the mouth, but tonight I'm on a mission. Diddy. It never once occurred to anyone in their commentary to label Diddy as pimp. He is literally, allegedly, a pimp. He has always literally and allegedly been a pimp. Unfortunately, and or not, that's a bad word, unfortunately, because all of that is unfortunately unfortunate if you're a pimp. But allegedly, um, him pimping does not equate him to just pimping women. Allegedly, he is a pimp of not only women, but of men. And oh, somebody woke up. Mommy's home. Did you know she's home? Huh? Go check and see. She's in there waiting on you. Go on, go on. You can't come down here right now. Go check on mommy and come back. Go see if she's in there. Okay? Because I'm doing some commentary. I don't know if you should be listening to this. All right? Okay, sweetie? Go knock on the door and just come back. Go ahead. I'm going to give you some ice cream. Go ahead, knock on the door, see if she's back. I'll get your ice cream ready for you, okay? Okay. All right, I'm going to get a spoon and you can sit in there with her and you can eat it and she won't mind. Mommy! Go up there and knock on the door. Turn the light on the stair. She came home. She put you in the bed. She put you in my bed. That's my granddaughter. Go up there. Let me get your ice cream. You go up there. Let me get your ice cream. Knock on her door, okay? Mommy. I'm going to get your spoon, too. That's my heart. That's my love. That's my baby. My 3-year-old granddaughter. Ah, yes. I'm going to keep my promise. I got her a spoon coming. Y'all bear with me. I got to get her because this is very, very important. And I don't want to be distracted on what I'm about to talk about. I'm so glad y'all with me. I know there's nobody probably on here right now, but nevertheless, if y'all hang in with me, I've got some things to talk to you about. We're going to talk about prostitution. We're going to talk about a little bit about Young Miami. We're going to talk a little bit about the woman that brought the lawsuit against him and got the 30,000. And she's not. I'm going to take you right up there because you got to let me finish this, okay? I promised you I was going to give you ice cream, didn't I? Come on. You will. As soon as I get done, I'll come back and get you. See, she's got her light on for you, too. Hold on. Shh. You don't want ice cream? You don't want it? Okay, you can't get it if you're going to cry. See, there she is. Here's your spoon, baby. You want the TV? Okay, I'm gonna take it back. How about that? Get up there and sit down. No, this ain't nothing but the devil. Stop it. Go on up there. I'll turn the TV on in there too, okay? All right? What's wrong? What's wrong? Okay, guys. Sorry. She's spoiled. I got her spoiled. This is a part that y'all, this is family. Family comes first. How are y'all tonight? Because I'm on a roll. We got to get this going and get this done so I can get some rest. But she comes first. Always. But mommy's home tonight, so I don't have to take double duty. Here we go. She gonna be mad at me. I'm not stopping this live because we're gonna talk about it. Sound like my phone's ringing. Yes?
Where is Candy?
You coming in here and watching this?
Where is Candy?
See, she gonna pick her own out. That one?
Go down.
Oh, child, you are special. Which one? I gotta go. Come on.
Tom, do it home. Let's watch your video.
Come on now. Gotta go. All right, sit down because I'm busy.
You will come back when I don't eat my apple.
Okay, I'm under your command. You're welcome, baby. See, she's so special. She said, you gonna come back when I'm done eating my ice cream. She's especially demanding. Let me just tell you a little bit about that life. Okay. Yes. And family special, y'all. Family is special. Anyway, starting off with J Lo. J Lo was there, and anytime that you have a woman on your side and you're a guy that's in that life, of course, the woman is going to hold the pistol. Of course, a lot of these women take the charge. Of course, women get out there and they are the one that is implicated with these certain men allegedly. What is her name? I'm sorry if her name behooves me right now, but she brought the Cassie, Cassie. Cassie brought that lawsuit right after the time period ran out. That lawsuit alleged abuse, verbally, physically. You know, all of it was true, allegedly. Let me tell you something. That's what happens when women are pimped. That's what happens when women are in this life. And a lot of women that are strippers, they have men to answer to. Those men are called pimps. And with men to answer to, then that means that they're down for their crown no matter what. They're out there to get it with them, and they are the thing that brings the money in. So, what you guys are calling freak offs, they're not just freak offs, they were activities set up that a pimp would set up. Freak offs with other people, not with him. necessarily, allegedly, but freak offs with other people on a major level. So allegedly, Diddy was a pimp on a higher level. He wasn't a regular street pimp that will put his broads or broad out there on the horse stroll, or you guys hostro. He was a pimp on another level where he could distribute these tapes and he could distribute these women. He could traffic these women allegedly. Everything that I'm saying is for educational, entertainment purposes, and it is all alleged. How I got the information, you figure it out. But I want you to know that Diddy, when they were talking and discussing everything that went with Cassie and all these individual men in the industry, and that saying that they were exploited, they were literally take the word exploited out and call it pimped on by a mastermind pimp. And when a pimp is a mastermind at what he does, he not only has one or two or three, and they call the one that doesn't have to do all the work the bottom, the one that holds them down to the fullest, to the end. That's the bottom person, bottom broad. In his case, allegedly, they said men and women. Who knows? His bottom might have been the very person that lost his life, that was right with him when he first started Bad Boys. Don't remember his name. He has the glasses. But here it is, Stevie J is still hanging in there with him. Why? Because possibly Stevie J may allegedly have been one of those people that started off as a producer and was pimped. You don't hear a lot about the case with the young man that brought the lawsuit up with Diddy anymore. Is it possible that that lawsuit has been settled? Have you thought about that? But nobody points out the fact that these men in these industry settings that are not specific artists to a level where they sustain themselves because they can rap well or they can sing well, but they are like a chameleon, some of them, and they can play many different parts, but their main role is to get the money under the table that's worth more, thousands and hundreds more, as a person of the night that is a pimp, the one that's in charge of the bag, the one that the excuse my language, but I'm just keeping it real with you. The one that is a whore, a hoe, that is going to bring the bag back to the man that's in charge, whether it's one, two, three, four, wife-in-laws, and yeah, they'll call themselves wife-in-laws because all of them have a piece of that man, and they don't necessarily just sleep with that man. Some pimps, they pimp and they don't have you do drugs at all. But some pimps influence these women to get on the street through drugs, and they use the drug to hold them captive. And because they have connection to get the drugs when that person doesn't have the money to get it, or doesn't have the means to get it, or doesn't know where to get it, and they have captivated that person through that drug or through that lifestyle, then they are bought by that person literally with a price, and they can be passed around from pimp to pimp to pimp, and you would never even know what goes on behind the scenes of a person that is a pimp. And they will, like on the videos that you saw of Cassie, they will intimidate them with fear and putting their hands on them, or um, isolating them from their family and not allowing them to be around, taking them hundreds of miles away from anybody close to being around. So nobody ever labeled a story on Diddy and called him and called it like they saw it and called him a pimp. Nobody said he's a mastermind pimp. He takes and he pimps those that are underneath him to get the money and the means to continue to get his wealth and his riches, allegedly. And when a pimp has control of your mind, your soul, and your personal life, and has one of the things that they do is they'll totally isolate you, take you away from your family, so you have no recourse to reach out. Then they'll put you in fear. The kingdom of darkness operates by fear and intimidation. And if you are able to be put in a position where you're afraid of someone or intimidated by them, you can be in bondage to that person for years. And people say all the time, why doesn't that person leave that person? It's just like in a domestic abuse relationship. A lot of people say, why won't they leave him? Is it because of love? It may be because this is all they know and all they've been exposed to, and they have been isolated and embarrassed to tell anyone what's going on with them at all. But to get to the level that P. Diddy got to, allegedly, he was pimping everyone in the industry that he could, dangling in front of him the idea of riches and being a part of this system, that this thing that he's got going on. And a part of that is the lifestyle. So you can be addicted not just to the money or drugs, but you can actually be addicted to a lifestyle. And whenever you want to be free, if you don't have that lifestyle, it's like a drug. You don't have that lifestyle will pull and call you just like a drug to get right back in there, because that's all you know, or that is your means to an end, or that's how you live on that status that you're living on. There is a scripture in the Bible that says that it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich person to enter into the kingdom of God. Is Diddy a pimp? Was he a pimp? Is he trying to reform his life? Has this been a wake up call for him? Can he get grace and can he get mercy from God? Anybody can get grace and mercy from God. It depends on if they give their whole heart over and say, okay, I'm renouncing this. I can't deal with this life anymore. I'm renouncing this and I want to change. So, anybody, you find a lot of people like Lil Woody, and that's one of the last videos I'm going to do. You find a lot of people saying, talk to God when they get in jail, when they get that time, when they get in a place where they're isolated from anybody and they cry out to God. This is their way of redeeming themselves from whatever they've done or the lifestyle that they want to leave. But just like, and I'm going to cut this short, just like if you have a diamond ring in your house and it's worth 20,000, 30,000, it's very expensive. It's in your house, it's in a safe, it's locked up. Say, for instance, someone gets a combination or finds the key to that safe. Say, for instance, they steal that and they get it from you, and you come home and find out thieves and robbers have come and gotten that $20,000 diamond ring that you prized, and you thought because you had it under lock and key, nobody could get that diamond ring. So you went ahead about your business doing all other kind of things and didn't worry about that diamond ring because you thought it was safe. I'm here to tell you and serve notice to Satan. I'm here to tell you to serve notice to you how Satan thinks. If someone comes and steals a diamond ring from him that he knew he had locked under lock and key and didn't have to worry about, he is going to be furious, like you would be furious. And he would do anything to turn over a whole city, a whole town, to get that one cherished object that he thought that he had. And he will try his best to get that object back. Anybody that escapes the clutches of a pimp or a P. Diddy or Satan himself, anybody that escapes, trust and believe he's going to try to get that cherished thing back. He doesn't like to lose. He doesn't like to snooze. He doesn't like to get anything taken from him. So he's going to turn the tables over and send out whatever assignment he can to get back what he lost, what was stolen from him. If you notice, P. Diddy would send out subliminal messages to Cassie, no matter if she was married or not, and send messages out there while he was grabbing a hold of Young Miami. Young Miami didn't get embarrassed because she had a sign that said, I love you, Poppy. I love you, Poppy. Because Young Miami thought that she was in a genuine good place with P. Diddy. And she had that spot over Gina, whatever her name was. But literally, Young Miami was young. That's why she called Young Miami. Because she was too young and too quote unquote dumb to realize that she was beginning to get into the clutches of a mastermind of a pimp on another level. And he literally had her allegedly doing things that a pimp would expect he can have done because he feels like he's the king of the world. Everybody allowed P. Diddy to get where he was and to get to the heights he was in because they were bound and too bound enough to come against that lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life that they wanted to hold on to. So anybody that is still connected with P. Diddy, which I believe that Young Miami is, they have to get delivered. They have to be that diamond that somebody comes and snatches and takes a hold of and gets away from the devil. And I pray and hope that this video will go to these people, these individuals, to let them know that you can be taken out of that safe. You can be taken out of that safe from somebody more powerful than a P. Diddy and more powerful than Satan himself. And you can be taken and never have to go back, ever have to go back. You have a way out. It's up to you to look for that way out. There is another scripture in the Bible that says, there hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man, that with that temptation, God will make a way of escape so you'll be able to bear it. What does that mean in layman terms? That means that everybody's going to be tempted one way or the other. We will be tested, tempted, tried, and we will fail sometimes and we will pass sometimes. But every temptation, God has promised in His Word that He will make a way for you to escape it so that you'll be able to bear that temptation. What are you saying, Graceful? I'm saying this: take the escape route. When you see that escape route, don't be feeling bad that you might have almost failed or that you got yourself in that position. You might be locked in a room with no handles on the door, with bars on the window, bars on the door. I'm talking to somebody right now. Bars on the window, bars on the door. But God is able to make a way of escape of that temptation that you fell into. He's able to make a way of escape. A phone call may come. You might be walking down the street and you're a prostitute and you're afraid. You're afraid to leave. And A trick may pull up and he may put you in the car and tell you, I will help you. There's always an escape route that God will make for you because He is not going to lie. His word is full of promises and not lies. And when you see that escape route, don't you be scared. Don't you be afraid. You take that escape and don't look back. Don't be like that woman in the Bible that looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt because back there was still in her heart. Take your escape route, run as fast as you can, get away as best you know how, and know that you're protected, know that you're safe, and know you can do it because there's no man more powerful than God Himself. And when He makes a way of escape, you can get away. And then when you get away, stay away. The industry is full of tricks. The industry is full of things that will get you caught up, that will jangle money in front of you. All money is not good money. Everybody has that saying, but I have this better saying that even if the money is jangled in front of you, the quick money is not always the best money. It's the money that takes you a while to get. It's the experience that you got to get with the money. Because if you get money and you don't have experience with it, a fool and his money is soon parted. So it doesn't make any difference if you sign for $1 million. That $1 million will be like 100K, $100,000, and it will last like $100,000. And you will owe 5 and 6 years to the industry or whoever that big pimp is. What am I saying? Not only is he allegedly a pimp on another level, but there's a pimp that's bigger than him on another level. And you know who the ultimate pimp is. So remember this, there is a way that a camel can get through an eye of a needle through God. No other way. No other way. Said it's harder for a rich person to get into heaven. Riches will keep you out of heaven. You know why? Because you'll occupy your mind with how to get more, how to keep what you got. And riches is fleeting. It's for this temporal life right here. But what's eternal is more important because after this life, there is another life. And who wants to see that other life in the right way? I do. Do you want to see it in the wrong way? Would you like your riches here and now? I'm going to close by saying this. There are so many people that have sold themselves to fame and fortune under a pimp that came for their soul. And which one are you going to be? Are you going to be somebody that gets that escape, makes that escape route, takes it and runs as fast as you can and be free and not have to worry about anything behind your back or in your past? I don't care how many mistakes you make or how many things you go through, how many times you fall down and get up. Just know that when God makes a way of escape for you, you're His. And unless the devil can get you completely sold back out, it'll have to be your choice. Only you can choose to lose your soul. Only you can choose to give your soul back to the devil. And I don't mean literally being imperfect or doing something. I mean making a choice. You know when you decide to make a choice. You know when you decide to say, I'm going to do this. You know when it's a choice. And you know when you're in a thing and when you're in it 100%. And you also know when you're out of it 100%. So ask yourself, which one are you? P. Diddy, allegedly, nobody talked about this, but P. Diddy is just a pimp of not only men, not only women, but men, allegedly. And it got exposed and it is caught up to him. Is he still, or is he amending his ways? I pray that he's amending his ways because he's got beautiful children. He's got surrounded by love of his children, and he's still got a life to live. So, what's it gonna be P Diddy, Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever your name is? What is it gonna be? What are you gonna do? Make your mind up. Do you want those riches? Do you want to continue the way you are? Or do you want to change the legacy that you created? When you do change, if you decide to change, guess what? It's not going to be glam and glitz. And you're not going to be the big man on campus. That's over with. You're not going to be able to be that anymore. So, because everything has come crushing down, take this opportunity to make a change. Gonna make a change for once in my life. That song just came to my head. I love that song. I hadn't heard it in a long time. So that's for you. That's for somebody. So I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel because I am following the Young Thug trial and I'm going to talk about Lil Woody. But tonight I'm doing a series of lives because you guys really need to know who Graceful Exposure is and the wisdom that I got for you on this channel. Not just something to make a dime, make sure I get this out and say I'm the master's voice. I'm not God's voice. I'm just me. I'm a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. Peace out. Get ready for the next one. I'm not done.